Hi folks, this is Bob Mateson with the Phoenix ATV UTV Club. I thought I would put together a video on how to post a ride or an event on the club's event calendar. To do that, you have to have a specific role, which is called author. Currently, all members are listed as customers, so you need to contact either Bob Mateson or Bill Popo to gain access to the author role. After you have access to the author role, when you sign in using your normal sign-in process through login, you'll put your username and password. I'm basically signed in right now. And as an author role, you'll see this black bar appear. A normal customer role or a member role will only see the blue header bar. So when you have the black bar, you have a different role. So this one, you'll see probably the dashboard, Phoenix ATV UTV Club dashboard or events. You might not see these others as we refine this role. So the first thing I kind of recommend is, hey, let's look at a prior event on the calendar to see what kind of format we should have. So I'm going to hit View Calendar. I'm going to go back a couple months here to a pretty good example. I think it was back in February. We did a club ride out by the Four Peaks area, February 8th. So I'm going to click on that, or double click. And what it does, it pulls it up. So this will give you an idea what you should try to have in the format of a ride or event posting. So you're going to have your title, you're going to have your date, and you're going to have your time. You can put a nice featured image of where you're going to be riding from a past ride to pique the members' interest on signing up for this. Later on, when they actually register, you will see the people who have signed in for that particular ride. So, I mean, you can actually copy and paste one of our old ride descriptions. You could just basically just highlight it, hold your mouse down and highlight it, go through the whole thing, and hit Control C to copy it, and then go into a Word document and hit Control V to paste it into a clean Word document. Change whatever you want to do in it, make it your own, and talk a little bit of what you want to do on your ride or event. So I'm just giving you an idea of what you can do here. You can copy an existing ride description, make it your own. We don't own these things, folks. We only rent them. So do what you want to make it unique to your own ride or event. So once you have, what I do recommend though is go into a Word document. So I basically have copied this into a Word document, change it to what I want to do for my particular ride. And what helps by keeping this in a Word document is now you have this available for a future ride. You do this one for this month. Maybe in the fall you want to do this ride again or change something to it. You can simply call up your Word document, change some dates and times and efforts or location, and you don't have to recreate the wheel. You basically just made another copy of a Word document, and now you can copy that simply into the event calendar as a whole new ride. Okay? So I kind of recommend putting together your Word document. That way you have all of your spell checking. You can read it to yourself, make sure it's got everything that you want to say in there. Or again, you could copy an old ride description and then just change whatever you need for your ride. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back into the event calendar. I'm going to actually add an event now. So you click Add Event, and having an author role, your dashboard will change and you're actually into the area where you post a ride now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Word document. I'm basically going to highlight this whole area. Just holding my key down as I scan through the document so it highlights everything, and I'm going to hit Control C to copy it. I'm going back into the event calendar. I'm going to go down into this big open subject matter area, and I'm just going to hit Control V to paste it. Now whatever software you use or browsers you use, you might do just a simply copy paste. I'm used to doing Control C, Control V to paste. So that basically pasted the whole thing in. I might get some extra spaces in here because of the transition from the Word document. So I want to add my title up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I already had that in my Word document. I'm just going to go over there, highlight that, hit Control C to copy it, come up here, hit Control V to paste it. Now I got my title in there. The other thing I want to do on this sidebar here, this is for where you are requiring the members to be a member of the club to actually go on this ride. So we want you to check that box. I've done some work on this, so I'm actually going to hit the Save Draft under the Publish section. So if I make a mistake, it basically, I've already saved a draft of what I've done to date. So you can do this, say, hey, I'm on Tuesday, I'm making this, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, I'll come back on Wednesday, I'll call it up again, and I'll edit it and add something more to it, and then finally preview it and publish it. So I'm just saving drafts as I go. So I have my titles up here now, I have my basic description up here, I got some extra spaces, so I'm just going to delete those. It looks starting to look nice and clean. Got some nice spacing going. And again, you could put whatever you want, or you can simply copy an old ride description of mine, I don't care, and make it your own. And I'm just putting some extra information in here. Again, I'm pretty anal on putting together my ride descriptions, but I do have a good response and a good turnout for them because people, it's especially for new people to the area, they see this and they can see that, hey, we got our act together and this is almost like a Gray Line bus tour. I want to join that club. I want to be a member of that club. It's a fun club to be with. So I just took out some extra spacing right now. So let's, that's basically most of the information you need to have down. So I'm simply going to go down below the subject matter now. I need to add the date. So I'm just going to click on this box here. This one is going to be for April 18th in a few days. I'm going to start it at 9 a.m., 5 p.m., whatever. That's good enough. My location. I can go in here, and if it's an existing area that the club has done already, like the Bumblebee staging area, you can simply just click on those. This one, I don't have one for the Table Mesa Little Pan staging area, so I'm actually going to create a venue for this. So I'm basically going to come up here, I'm going to type in Table Mesa Little Pan staging area. Okay, and I'm just going to hit return, and I need an address for that. So up in my description, what I do recommend is just go to your Google's map and do a right click on a Google map of your staging area, look on a satellite view, get your GPS coordinates, which are basically that from Google. I'm just going to copy that with the Control C. I'm going to come back down in here, and now under the address, I'm just going to do Control V. So it's got the GPS coordinates. That's all I need to do on it. I want to show the map, and I want to show the map link. So by having this GPS coordinates in there, it will enable a member to get turn-by-turn instructions on the way to the staging area on their phone if they download this ride description or download the map to their cell phone or to their navigation unit. The other thing you need to do now is go down here. You are the organizer, so you're going to have to create your name. We have a few of the ride leaders right now currently listed, so I'm just going to enter my name. But what you would do is you'd enter your name, Joe Blow or whatever, and then you're going to enter your email address and your phone number, so they have contact information besides your name. Going down further on the page, you don't really need to do anything. Say that you don't want to have everybody in the club come on your ride, and you want to limit this thing to 15 or 20 people or 20 vehicles. So you can come under here under General and hit Limit Registrations. and it'll come up with a number. I think it usually comes up with 50. I'm going to do is I'm going to just put 30 in here right now. If more people, what will happen is after 30 people, it won't allow them to register on the website. So maybe you want to have a small group of 8 to 10 vehicles on your ride. That's how you would limit the registrations. Once it's out there, they can't sign up for the ride. And that's all you have to do on that. You don't have to do anything with emails, short codes, anything on that. Now, to kind of spruce this up, let's go over to the sidebar here. We're going to hit a save draft because we did some changes. We want to make sure that's saved so I don't lose what I've done. Takes a few seconds to do that. Okay, and I'm going to go down again and let's see what else we need to put on here. Let's put a featured image. So on these sidebars, the only thing you have to do is check the box that's for members. Save a draft as you go through it. You can do a preview at any time. And then on the bottom here, you want to set a featured image. Okay, so this is our media library of images that we have saved out there already, if it's an existing image. This one isn't, so I'm basically going to go to Upload Files. I'm going to select a file, a JPEG, from my computer. So I'm going to go down into my computer or this PC, down into my albums. This ride is in the Table Mesa area, so I'm going to open up my albums. I know I have some nice photos from a tip-top ride out in that area, so I'm just going to go down here, find a picture, and now go down in that album. Say, well, there's a nice picture of the Indian Fort. We plan to go there, so I think we're going to use that as my featured image and hit open. So that's loading from my computer into the website's media library the image of the Indian Fort out in Table Mesa. There it is. So it's been loaded in the media library now. Now I'm going to go down to the bottom right hand corner and I want to set that feature image in my ride posting, and there it appears on that right hand side. And you can edit or update that with a different photo if you find something better that you like to use. Other things you can do is you can add actual pictures into this ride description by hitting this add media, and you can add it. You know, maybe I want to add the mountaintop viewpoint in my ride description. Right now I'm just going to keep it simple. So I'm just adding a featured image, the title, my ride description, the dates, the times that we're meeting, and I'm putting a limit to 30 people on this ride, and that's basically it. So now what I can do is I can save that draft again because I've added a featured image and added an update. This has not been published to the calendar. Again, this is just a draft for me to play with. So now I want to preview what it looks like. So, looks pretty clean. I got my title, I got the date, the time that we're going to be riding out there. I got something to pique the members' interest. Nice photo from the area. I have the description of the ride, the dates, the times, brief ride description. We're going to have a little desert dessert bar after our ride. Here's our staging information. I add trail ratings because we have so many different levels of skill sets with our members. We have people just new into the sport, and we have people that have been in there 10, 15, 20 years in the sport or have done other OHV riding on motocross or whatever. I add information about that we have to have our off-highway vehicle decal. So again, you could just copy this from an old ride description. It has my contact information. It will have now, based on those GPS coordinates that we put in there, if I hit this satellite view, I can actually zoom into this and see where the Little Pan staging area is, and I can actually hit directions on here and load this on my phone. So on my way there, I can get turn-by-turn instructions and actually get there. So that's why we put those GPS coordinates in there. So if you plan to use the Little Pan staging area in a future ride, you simply just have to go to that area in that ride description now, way down here, where it says venue, and just select from that list, and you will see a Little Pan staging area in that available list of staging areas now. So it saves you the time if you don't know the GPS coordinates, and you can find it here. You can just simply click and it's there for you. So that's basically it. Now we want to inform the membership that we have created a ride or event. I previewed it. It looks pretty good. So I want to publish this. So I go to the publish button, and again, you want to make sure this says founding member required membership, and we want to hit the publish button. What this will do now is actually put it on the event calendar, and at the same time do push notifications to all the members that a ride has been posted for this Saturday, April 13th, out in the Table Mesa area. So I'm going to actually, it says it's been done. I am going to go now and take a look at the event calendar. I'm going to view the calendar. And here on the 18th, if I click on it, double click, I can see the ride thing. I want to register for it, so now I'm going to hit the red button and be the first. Hey, I am the first. Bob Mateson, and my phone number, which is always helpful for the ride leaders in case they need to contact you, 480-363-7723, and submit. Okay, what that will do, it will send an email confirmation to your Gmail address based on your membership profile, and it will list you under the ride here so that the ride leaders know who's coming, and it allows them to have contact information and notification that you have signed up for the ride. And that's basically it, folks. So, you know, you can see it in the calendar. You know how to post it. If you ever have to edit the event, you can just click Event, Edit Event, or go back into Events over here and edit the event. And you go down into the event listing, and it will bring up your ride event based on your profile, and you can update it or change it or do something like that, and hit the update button to throw a revision out there. So all of a sudden we have a major monsoon storm hit this weekend and we can't go. You can basically go out here and update this and give an update to the people saying that this ride will be postponed or it's been canceled, and that way a push notification email will be sent to the attendees and to the members to let them know that, hey, a monsoon hit and we're canceling the ride. So that's how you would do an update if you had to do something like that. You basically make your changes, hit the update button, and it pushes the notifications out to the members. Okay. Again, I hope you liked the video. I know it's long and it seems quite involved, but once you do one or two of these things, it becomes second nature, folks. And if you need help on doing this, feel free to contact me, and I will help put it together for you. Or if you send me a Word document, I will put it out and create it and make it look nice and pretty for you. Okay? Again, this is Bob Mateson with the Phoenix ATV UTV Club. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Bye.